Dobrý den, já jsem Kamilo.
Dobrý den, já jsem Tereza.
Můžeme si tykat?
Tak jo, tak ahoj, těší mě.
Mě taky, tak na zdraví.
Tak na tykání. There is one thing we need to make clear before we even start. In Czech language, there are two different ways of addressing the person that we are just speaking to. A formal and an informal one. The formal one is called vy, and this form that we're using is called vykat or vykání, and the informal one is ty. This is called tykat or tykání. This is actually not unique to Czech language. It exists in other Slavic languages as well, but also in other languages like German, French or Spanish. However, in English there is only one form, you, that we use both in formal and informal situations, which is why we are gonna explain this a little bit further. We use the form vy when we address a stranger, speak to somebody for the first time, or when we talk to somebody who is older than us or who is, for example, our boss. The informal form, ty, is used when talking to your friends or family. It is very important to distinguish between the forms ty and vy in the Czech language in order to avoid being impolite. Actually, when we meet somebody for the first time, usually we should first address them by vy. And when we want to become more familiar with them, the polite thing to do is to ask them, like, can we say ty to each other from now on? And that is actually what happened in our dialogue. Camilo asked me, můžeme si tykat? Like, can we say ty to each other? And I agreed. So from now on, we are gonna be addressing each other in the familiar way by ty. This is the form that we are gonna concentrate on at this stage of our course, because usually the first people that you are gonna practice your language skills with are gonna be your friends or family, most probably. And in that case, you only need to use the form ty, the informal one, with them. So that is the one we are gonna learn from now on. The distinction between formality and informality is also used in the greetings. If we are using the formal form vy with somebody, then we should use the greeting dobrý den, literally meaning good day when we meet them. If it's our friends with whom we are using the informal form, then we are gonna greet them by saying ahoj, ahoj, which means hello. So, next time you meet your neighbor, make sure that you say dobrý den to them, being polite, right? Next time you meet your friend, just say ahoj. It's very simple. If we meet somebody for the first time, after saying the initial greeting, either dobrý den or ahoj, depending on the situation, we wanna tell them what is our name, right? What is our identity. So, the simplest way how to do it is to say já jsem, and then to say our name. So for example, in my case, já jsem Tereza. I am Tereza. It is quite interesting that one of the first things foreigners usually learn in Czech language is how to say cheers in Czech. Because it's like the kind of thing that you can use immediately. You meet someone, you meet them in a bar, and then like you can raise your glasses and say cheers. So the most common way how to say cheers in Czech language is to say na zdraví. Na zdraví, which means literally to our health or to the health. So we are drinking in order to keep healthy, right? But we can also cheers to other things. For example, in our dialogue, after we started saying ty to each other, after we became friends, I said tak na tykání. Natykání means to cheers to the fact that from now on we are gonna say ty to each other, which is something to celebrate. The last thing I wanna talk about today is the usage of the word tak. in Czech language. And we like to use this word a lot, and usually my foreign friends, when they hear me speaking Czech, it's the first thing they notice. The fact that we say tak and takio all the time, or at least that's what my friends say. So what is tak? Tak means so in English, and we somehow tend to say it at the beginning of almost every sentence. When we say takio, it literally means so yes, but so yes is a weird thing to say, right? So actually it means okay, like fine, takio. So when we agree to something, when we agree to what somebody else just said, we say takio. So don't be surprised next time you hear your Czech friends saying the takio or tak something something, because it's just a thing we do.
That is all for this chapter. Next time we are gonna learn how to say which country we are from. Tak, ciao!